Sarawak proposes more trade with Brunei, facilitating travellers through Brunei's border. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim says the government looking to reduce the prices of raw materials. These are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, and this is TVS Nightline. The Sarawak government, through the Premier's office, has proposed an increase in cooperation with Brunei ahead of the scheduled meeting with leaders from Malaysia, including its Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. Through its official statement, it calls for a more upcoming cooperation and collaboration, particularly in the agriculture sector, among the trading halal products and natural gas, which are some of the key matters in the proposal.
As such, Sarawak wants to develop its paddy yields, livestock and fishery. Government agencies such as the Tanjung Manis Halal Hub, Samaraju Heavy Industries and Petroleum Sarawak Berhad Petros, along with oil and gas players in Bintulu and Lawas, will play a major role in implementing their respective collaborations with their Brunei counterparts. The ongoing development of the Pan-Borneo Highway will also be integrated with Brunei's roads, whereby Sarawak proposes for the development of a new road that will connect Lumapas in Brunei to Pendam in Limbang as part of the Northern Coastal Highway (NCH).
In the same proposal made by the Sarawak government, it includes facilitating travellers through Brunei's border, conducting demarcation and survey works on land boundaries of both countries, as well as strengthening telecommunication on connectivity. To get more insights on this matter, we have our reporter, Febright James, who is now in Bandar Seri Begawan. Over to you, Febright.
All right, thank you, Lorenzo. I want to touch on something. You mentioned the Sarawak has proposed to extend the Brunei-Malaysia Frequent Traveller Program BMFTP to CIQS Merapo and Sindumin to facilitate travellers to KK. The proposed operation hour for CIQS between Sarawak and Brunei is its original operation hour, that is from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight. The both countries will also explore a digitalized system at both checkpoints to facilitate the movement of travelers. While we are on the topic of development involving the border, Sarawak wants to welcome Brunei for a joint border development along the highway. This will involve development in commercial property and industrial park, while also enabling the promotion local product globally. And I believe this matter is also closely related to the proposed new road, which will be integrated with the Northern Coastal Highway (NCH). These and other items on the proposal were all further emphasized during a press interview with Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg after attending a dinner ceremony dubbed the Majlis Makan Malam Perdana Menteri Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim bersama Diaspora Malaysia di Brunei. And during the dinner ceremony, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim expressed his gratitude to Brunei for continued bilateral relationship with Malaysia. Tomorrow, Anwar and Abang Johari is slated to attend a meeting with the leaders of the Brunei Sultanate. Stay tuned for more updates tomorrow on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My TV. Back to you, Lorenzo.
Thank you, Febright, for the updates all the way from Brunei. Now, moving on, the government is focusing on finding a solution to lower the price of raw materials. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said this included ensuring sufficient production as well as supporting domestic producers of egg, chicken and vegetable products.
Anwar was commenting on a statement by former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, who called on the government to find a solution to lower the price of raw materials.
Saya pun mampu banding sebulan setengah menteri-menteri yang berkenaan, yang bekerja. Itu kalau kita nak bandingkan, saya boleh akui bahawa yang dilakukan sekarang ini lebih.
Now, earlier, during his speech at Majlis Kenduri Rakyat in his hometown at Churok Tok Kun, Bukit Mertajam, Pulau Pinang, Anwar said that in the short time since he was appointed as Prime Minister, the presence of international investors from Europe, China and the United States in Malaysia was much more encouraging than in previous years.
All parties are urged to work together to eradicate crime, specifically drug-related crimes. Limbang Member of Parliament, Datuk HASBI Habibullah, stressed that drug-related crimes must be dealt with before they destroy the youth.
Aside from enforcement agencies, parents and non-governmental organizations (NGOs) also play an important role in educating their children on the dangers of drugs.
Saya menyarankan kepada juga peserta Melayu tadi supaya mengambil berat tentang hal ini, supaya mungkin bergabung dengan persatuan lain. Saya yakin mereka juga bimbang tentang anak-anak mereka. Masyarakat kita dan bergabung dengan NGO bersama dengan agensi-agensi kerajaan, agensi ADDK, polis dan sebagainya untuk mengadakan berbagai macam bentuk program untuk menarik anak-anak muda kita ini supaya jangan terlibat dengan usaha ini dan usaha jahat ini yang merosakkan anak kita.
The most important step is to report any form of crime, especially drug-related, in their respective areas.
Semua pihak bertanggungjawab. Contohnya untuk melaporkan di mana-mana di kampung-kampung, di perumahan-perumahan, siapa-siapa yang bertanggungjawab, yang disyakini supaya dilapor kegiatan mereka ini merosak anak-anak kita.
He was met during the Limbang Malay Association Student Excellence and Scholarship Awards ceremony in Bunga Raya Hall earlier today.
There is no excuse for the younger generation, especially students in Sarawak, to not excel in their studies as the state government has been providing quality educational facilities and infrastructure statewide, stressed Datuk HASBI Habibullah. The Deputy Minister of Transport said there are various educational infrastructure that are established to ensure that students can enjoy learning in an environment that is conducive.
Kerajaan itu sudah pastilah dengan dalam negara fasiliti pembelajaran ini orang cukup sudah. PTN-nya ada, kalau yang marahnya ada, segala-galanya. Dan dia akan menahan dada cang datang sekolah lah. Kalau bandingan arah lain, payahkan sekolah ni. Malaysia ni tidak ada alasan. Tidak ada alasan lagi yang sebenar.
Moreover, HASBI said the state government has been providing educational assistance managed by the different agencies. According to HASBI, the infrastructure provided by the government is the best compared to other countries. For instance, they are lacking in terms of basic infrastructure, which has caused many students in other countries to not be able to attend school.
A 59-year-old man was arrested by the police for alleged involvement in an illegal cockfighting activity during a raid at Nangalango, Entabai in Julau on Sunday. Julau District Police Chief DSP Andam Sulin said the raiding team managed to arrest only one suspect as the others had ran helter-skelter into the jungle upon sensing the presence of the police.
He further stated that the suspect is believed to be among a group of people who allegedly participated in the illegal cockfighting activity.
Dalam operasi ini, iaitu pada jam pukul 1.30 petang, pihak kami daripada Bahagian Siasatan Jenayah IPD Julau dan Balai Polis Julau telah berjaya menahan seorang lelaki tempatan berusia 59 tahun yang gagal melarikan diri, mana kala sekumpulan lelaki yang lain bertemperan lari ke hutan berhampiran bagi mengelakkan diri daripada tertangkap.
He said the suspect is being investigated under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960.
Jadi, jika disabitkan kesalahan, suspek boleh dihukum mengikut Seksyen 5/3 ordinan yang sama yang boleh dipenjara 3 bulan atau denda RM500. Oleh yang demikian, pihak kami tidak akan berkompromi dengan mana-mana pihak yang melibatkan diri dalam kegiatan perjudian pertaruhan sabung ayam, terutama di kawasan daerah Julau dan Pakan.
Meanwhile, Adam called on those with information about illegal cockfighting and other criminal activities in Pakan and Julau to contact the nearest police stations to enable actions to be taken.
6 men were arrested for playing holo at a house in Taman Siniawan, Bau on Monday night. According to Bau Police Chief Deputy Superintendent Pojinyaun, the local suspects aged between 21 and 47 were arrested around 10:45 p.m. during the Op Lima operation held in conjunction with the Chinese New Year festivals. Checks on the suspect found no prior criminal records and they were taken to the police station for further action. Also seized during the operation are gambling paraphernalia and items used by the suspects as well as cash. The case is being investigated under Section 7 in bracket 2 of the Common Gaming Houses Act 1953, which carries a fine of up to 5,000 ringgit or a jail sentence for up to 6 months or both. Infrastructure development in Sarawak and Sabah is one of the main focuses in Budget 2023 to be tabled next month. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said his visit to both states opened his eyes to the inadequacy of basic infrastructures.
The Prime Minister added that besides Sabah and Sarawak, Pulau Pinang is also in the spotlight after it was overlooked in the previous budgets. He explained that even though Pulau Pinang is the largest tax contributor in Malaysia, he admitted that the state is often marginalized in terms of federal budget allocations.
Itu dalam pertimbangan saya, ya. Walaupun ada kekangan dari segi pendapatan dan perbelanjaan, tapi kita akan beri perhatian kalau memang benar ada kebenarannya Pulau Pinang itu telah dipinggirkan dari segi peruntukan. Tapi sama juga macam bila saya ke Sabah dan Sarawak, memang ada kekurangan besar kerana peruntukan untuk Pulau Pinang itu banyak pada infrastruktur besar. Di Sabah Sarawak itu termasuk prasarana kecil, klinik, hospital, perumahan rakyat, sekolah-sekolah daif, itu harus kita beri tumpuan.
He said this when asked by reporters on claims that Pulau Pinang received low allocations in previous budgets. He was mad after attending the Majlis Kenduri Rakyat in his hometown at Cerok Tok Kun, Bukit Mertajam, Pulau Pinang. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister said Budget 2023, to be retabled on February 24, would touch upon the digitalization and modern agriculture sectors in an effort to ensure the country's economy remains sustainable. Previously, the media reported ANWAR as saying that the Budget 2023 to be tabled next month would not be tied to the bill previously tabled in October 2022. However, the recommendations made in the previous budget plan would be taken into account in coming up with the new figures.
Coming up right after the break, our special report, Feng Shui. What does the year of the rabbit hold for us? More firearms found in Monterey Shooter's Lair. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. It is time to welcome the rabbit, which represents longevity and fertility. Traditionally, it is considered a symbol of good luck, whether in the east or west. The year 2023, the Gui Mao, year of the water rabbit. Gui is yin, water, while Mao refers to rabbit, which is yin wood. The beginning of spring, or Li Chun, falls on February 4th. Will the water rabbit year be a happy and prosperous one for you? Let's find out.
According to Feng Shui master based in Kuching, Gao Kizi, the fortune of the water rabbit this year will be better in 2023. This will be good for countries, businesses and households.
比较好的五行是水木了哈，凡是属于水木的人，或者是说出生的日子是属于水木的，基本上在这个2023年癸卯年将会是特别旺的，不管是在各方面都会做得很好，不管是在事业啊、求学啦都会好。那么其他的，比如讲五行属于金啊、土的，今年就会比较差。差的意思讲说各方面就不是太如意咯，做起东西来有时候可能会碍手碍脚这样。
Based on numerological and metaphysical analysis, Master Gao also revealed industries that will continue to grow this year are petrochemical, palm plantation, construction and health. According to him, the said industries will receive greater rewards compared to previous years. Also in Sarawak, he predicts Kuching in the southern part of Sarawak will continue to gain attention and more development projects will be implemented.
在我个人认为哈，这是我个人的立场，我是认为说，在2023年我们古晋将会是全沙里面发展的最好的一个地方，因为毕竟古晋是行政中心。那么至于明都鲁明都鲁将会是另外一个让我们值得去关注的地方，而且这个地方将会有很好的发展。 很好的经济潜能，还有明都鲁将会是我们未来这个化学工业的集中地。至于其他啦，丝无啊、美里啊、丝无美里这些就属于比较次等，他们的经济各方面都会保持不变。
Meanwhile, ahead of spring 2024, Master Gao forecasts that Sarawak will go through dynamic changes.
在未来的20年里面，在马来西亚联合邦来说，我们沙劳越将会是 No.1 最赞的。
为什么？
因为呢，我们这个邦以风水、易经各方面来分析，将会是旺住了20年，而且我们沙劳越将会在未来的20年也可以成为一个很先进的州属，不管是在经济在政治在教育各方面都会超越其他的邦，成为一个特有的邦属，成为一个模范的邦属。高奇之在此祝贺TVS 所有的这个观众大家新年发大财，身体健康，龙马精神，多谢。
Feng Shui is an ancient art and science in the Chinese culture, usually applied in the arrangement of buildings, objects, and spaces in an environment to achieve harmony and balance in a way that will bring peace and prosperity.
A fireman's tasks are not confined to firefighting or extricating victims at accident scenes. They also go out of their way to rescue pets or wild animals in difficulties. This afternoon, firemen from the Lutong Fire Station and several villagers from Kampong Batu Empat, Kuala Baram helped rescue a stranded wild carp that was found stranded on the beach. Acting Miri Fire and Rescue Department Chief Ahmad Nizam Sapai, responding to an emergency call around 12 p.m., dispatched a team from the Lutong Fire Station to the beach. It took the rescuers more than 30 minutes to push the 4-meter-long whale carp back into the sea. Director of the Sarawak Malaysia Fire and Rescue Department, Datuk Khairuddin Rahman, upon contacted by TVS, said the strong current of the South China Sea may have caused the Poor Whale Cup to lose its direction at Kuala Baram. Now on to some global affairs. Following the mass shooting at a dance studio in Monterey Park, California, authorities have found and seized more ammunition and firearms at the residence of the now deceased shooter, Hu Chan Tran. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said the 72-year-old lone shooter had several containers full of ammunition. Other items that were seized include a rifle, various electronic devices, and items that could be used to manufacture weapon silencers. Luna added the motive of the mass shooting is still being investigated by the police.
The question is, there's information out there that the suspect may have committed these crimes, and I'm paraphrasing, due to jealousy or some relationship issues. We're hearing those things too, but have not confirmed any of that information. It's part of what our investigators are diligently looking into. Allegations about family poisoning, we've heard the same information. I believe the information we have is that the Hemet Police Department put that out. I would recommend you call them. We don't have specific information, although the our investigators will be looking at all those factors to see if it contributed to the madness that occurred that day.
In regard to the suspect's background, Luna said Hu had a limited criminal history with an arrest in 1990 for an unlawful possession of a firearm. Meanwhile, a supervisor representing the 1st District of Los Angeles, Hilda Solis, said 2 out of the 10 victims who suffered major injuries from the shooting had survived. She also received a direct call from U.S. President Joe Biden.
Last night, I also had the privilege to receive a call from our President Biden, who asked me what was needed here, and I told him we just need more reinforcements, we need more help, we need to stop this type of violence in terms of guns, and also to provide more assistance by way of mental health services, not just for the community of Monterey Park, but for the entire AAPI community, and in particular, some of our senior centers.
The Monterey Park shooting caused the deaths of 11 patrons of a ballroom dance studio, which were filled with people celebrating the Lunar New Year. When police went on a pursuit of the fleeing suspect, he killed himself before authorities had the chance to arrest him.
U.S. President Joe Biden is urging Congress to pass the new legislation which was introduced to ban assault weapons in light of the recent mass shooting incidents. In a statement published on the White House official website, Biden said the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which he signed last summer, was meant to keep dangerous firearms out of the dangerous hands.
Biden then urged Congress to also deliver the assault weapons ban, which was introduced earlier in the day by Senator Dianne Feinstein. Known as the Assault Weapons and High-Capacity Magazine Ban, it would also raise the weapons purchasing age to 21. He also highlighted that there are many instances of gun violence in America that do not make national headlines. Such can be proven with another recent shooting in Half Moon Bay, California, where 2 separate shootings took place and 4 were found dead.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and Happy Chinese New Year.